Bishop Jake, who has led the Potter's House for over 3 decades, is stepping down following his involvement in Diddy's lawsuit.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming?
This might just be me. Randomly, every time I walk around the house, this is all I say. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed.
He's definitely feeling the pressure. Diddy's complaint listed him as a prominent Dallas pastor, a clever way to conceal his identity. The lawsuit contends that the artist aimed to leverage his relationship with the bishop to mitigate damage to his public image.
There will be scandals among the high and the mighty. So I saw a row of thrones seated in high positions. Earthquake hit those thrones. They started to shake, and people began to fall out of the thrones in public and shameful falls. His scandal will involve his sexual orientation, and God says that this is when people will finally see who they have been following with a lot of these pastors and spiritual leaders. This is what the Lord revealed months ago in the false prophets prophecy. But now in this live call, God brought out that this man is not interested in women, but is bent towards males. But not only that, has harmed underage youths and boys. God said that we are going into an era where the evidence will get a chance to speak.
Kent Williams wasn't alone in envisioning tomorrow. He asserted that 2024 would mark the year of revelation.
Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. It's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy. I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards, so I know what goes on at the parties. They don't care. Men kissing men and all this other stuff. That's just crazy. If he's going, well, we know he's going to the Diddy parties, and I know that it's, I know what usually happens at the Diddy party, or what we told us happened at the Diddy party. The saints supposed to separate themselves from the sinners, and why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bro? As a spiritual advisor to him, that they buddy while he got a party with him like that and be at his parties. It's hard to figure that one out, bro, without even saying, what people might be thinking. One of his sons got arrested, some years ago in Dallas, allegedly for being found in the park where a bunch of people that are homosexuals hang out. How you gonna help me straighten out my house? And to me, your house ain't in order.
To keep his church safe, T.D. Jakes had to step down and let his daughter take charge. If you ask any famous person about T.D. Jakes, they might say it's possible he was involved. Celebrities live in a different world than most of us, so they're protected and can pretty much do as they please.
See, they're up in another hemisphere than regular folk, too. They're very insulated. They can do what they want. They got people on payroll.
One of them, Roger Bonds, was actually listed in the paperwork of Cassie's lawsuit, and he came forward and said, yeah, it's true. And the only reason I'm saying now is because I have 4 daughters.
Everybody's guilty. Everybody's guilty.
And now it's getting even crazier. Now there's rumors about T.D. Jakes.
Not to say that's ridiculous. I shook my head to say, unfortunately, I don't put nothing past nobody no more.
There's
a homosexual act with somebody. They should be a product of him.
Right. But I would have backtracked, right? I would have backtracked to Cassie.
Yo, you gotta think of your father or something like that, your old man. I think she was 19 and he was in his early 40s or what? Late 30s? And the girl looking at them like she the Statue of Liberty. She always got her hands in the air. They become violent toward her.
Cassie included Roger Bonds in her lawsuit, and he admitted it's true. He said he's only speaking up now because he has 4 daughters.
You wrote for Diddy at one point, right?
Yeah, I did that early in my career. When I first signed with Rockefeller, I was already committed to Rockefeller. I ain't signed a contract yet, but it was already done.
I feel you, man. I feel you. But I gotta ask you, man. gotta ask you this. How you feel about the situation Diddy going through?
Man, that's a bad joint.
Have you ever been to his party?
Not one. You didn't hear about them parties? No, sir.
What you hear about him?
Same thing everybody else heard about him.
He couldn't pass it on to his son because he got arrested for doing inappropriate things. Fathers and sons are similar, but what he did with another man shouldn't define him. He should have thought about his daughter, Cassie. She was like family to him. She was young and he was much older. People noticed how she acted around them, like she was trying to escape. They got aggressive with her. Beanie Sale talked about his wild parties, even ones with Diddy. I never went to those parties. Have you heard about them? They're infamous.